Right then.
Right then, evening all.
Evening all.
I can't do the wavy thing because I never know where my hands are on the camera. I feel like I'm Marcel Marceau now.
Anyway, welcome to our Ask Us Anything Live. Now, you can ask us anything. We'd appreciate if you kept it clean and appropriate, but we're here to answer all of your questions. But first, I see, looking at the comments already, that Sheila's in the house. So let me just get that up. So hi there, Sheila. Sheila and I were chatting earlier on Facebook, and she said about us reaching 13,000 subscribers, which we woke up to today, and we're so chuffed about reaching that, aren't we, Paulie?
We are indeed.
That we thought, normally I have my can of Vimto, don't I? And Paulie has his Diet Coke, but no, look, tonight, celebration time.
I refuse to bow down to alcohol as a form of enjoyment.
I don't. Cheers!
I've got my normal can of Coke.
That's just gold. So cheers, everyone. So we just wanted to say thank you so much, because it's all you guys that support us and have helped us reach that level.
So thanks all for watching, and we'll see you all next week.
No. So anyway, so I'm going to start because we had so many questions on our Facebook, Instagram, and our Patreon and our YouTube members. But I want to start off with this one before we go to the comments actually on YouTube, which I thought was quite good, because we often talk about our cruises, and it's nice to talk about, we will be talking about cruising, but other things too.
You're talking very fast.
Am I talking very fast?
Yes. You're still a bit nervous.
No, I'm excited. It's lovely. So Sheila Hull has asked, yes. I wanted to mention Sheila again, because Sheila's going on the 25 5-night cruise. I think Ken goes cruising. I don't know if Ken's arrived.
25 5-night cruise.
25-night cruise, and they're going in 3 days. So I'm sure that's what it is. So have a good time, guys, if we don't get to mention that later. Back to the question. The first question that we've got is from Sarah Louise Martin. She's one of our patrons, and she asked us to just give a bit of insight about YouTube and how it works. And her question was, how does likes, views, and subscribing, I should put this over here, how do likes, views, and subscribing help our channel to grow?
And I'm fascinated to hear the answer to this question, because I got no idea.
You do have some idea. I don't. Basically, Sarah, to cut that, it's a huge area. It's all about the YouTube algorithm and what spurs YouTube to share your content. And what YouTube seems to like is that it's all about watch time. Well, it's about subscribers, because if people subscribe to your channel, it shows it's popular. So subscribing is really important. It's about watch time. This is the key thing. People think that it's about views, but it's not all about views of each video. It's about watch time. Now, if you watch our video and you watch right to the end, and then you click on another video, YouTube really likes that. YouTube said, oh my God, this content is good and people want to watch it. So if you watch our videos all the way through, that's really helpful. And if you watch other videos straight after, that's really helpful too. And also, it's all about engagement. YouTube recognizes if you get a thumbs up. So if you're watching this and you're enjoying it, please give us a thumbs up. If you've watching one of our videos and you write in the comments, and you don't have to write a huge long comment, but just say, hi guys, enjoyed your video, thank you very much, or hey, nice to see you, blah blah blah. So engagement, watch time, they're all things, because then when YouTube recognizes that, it says, oh, this video is good, I'm going to share it with a wider audience. And that's how then we get more subscribers, how we get more views. And it's a bit like, you know, what do you call it, a thing that gets moss? A rolling.
What do you call, no, I think that perfectly sums up Carole.
Oh.
What do you call that thing that gets moss?
Paul knows what I mean.
That's the scary thing is. What she's trying to say is a rolling stone gathers no moss.
Oh,
so
we want lots of moss.
So her example was rubbish.
Yes.
What she's trying to say is the domino effect, or a snowball effect, where it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Exactly. So if you do enjoy our content, then please do watch more.
Yeah, watch more.
If you're doing the washing up or you're watching the telly, just put one of our playlists on.
And just remember, a snowball gathers no moss.
Exactly. But I just want to mention playlists. We often include in the cards the things that pop up at the top and also at the end of our videos. We guide you to our playlist. So where we've got playlists for Cunard, we've got playlists for Princess, etc., etc. So you can find, if you're looking for a particular cruise line, you can find all that there. And if you just want to pop a playlist on and go off and go shopping, then please do. The other thing about comments as well, and I want to say, if you're thinking of starting your YouTube channel, you need to grow quite thick skin, because we're very lucky. We get lots and lots of positive comments. However, we do get some horrible ones too, which we don't tend to share. This week has been quite a calm week. What was the one we had today?
If we could enunciate better.
Enunciation
would be very great.
We can't understand.
But as we're from the Royal Forest of Dean,
this is how we speak.
We sound like farmers and farmers' mums. So
hot fuzz.
That's what we can do. Yeah, Nat. Hot fuzz. And she is watching. So,
but yeah, we get some. So you have to, if you're going to put yourself out there like we are, you have to accept that there's
you have to take the rough with the smooth.
Yeah, and we've only been called fat a couple of times this week, haven't we? Which is good. They said, what was it? Is there only fat people that go on celebrity cruises? But that's better than bloaters. We were called bloaters a few weeks ago. Yeah. But anyway,
which is why this is why when we do it live, we only show it from there out. So.
But I think the best way is we just ignore it. And I often think there's a guy that I watch called Gary V. You might have heard of him. He's Gary Vaynerchuk. He inspires me a lot.
But if you don't like swearing, don't watch.
Oh yeah, he swears a lot. But
he says. No, he just
don't. Mustn't do that. You're making me nervous. He just says, for someone to put a nasty comment, they must be unhappy. So I feel sorry for them, and that's the way I process it. I used to get upset by it, but I don't anymore. I don't care.
Anyway, so move on then?
We will. So thank you, Sarah Louise, for that.
4 hours on the first.
So let's go. Yes, I know. So let's start here and see who's with us. We've got Andrew Jeffries in. Hi, Andrew and Rachel. We got Tina in the house. We got Tony G. From Los Angeles. It still blows our mind. Sean's here. Sean was here earlier, and he's always very, very helpful.
Sean always gets here before me, so I'm very pleased that Sean's
Tony and Rachel say hi again, guys. And Andrew's in too. So I'm from Ireland. And Tom and Don. So nice to see all you guys. So let's go to Tina for the next question, which is, after Paul's impression of a lumberjack. Yeah. If you watch if you follow us on Instagram, Paul's in charge of Instagram, and he puts some random stuff on, which it goes down very well, actually. I tend to leave it to him, but it's very popular. So if you're not following us on Instagram, then make sure you do, because it's not all cruise related. It's about things we get up to at home, etc. And would you consider a transatlantic to Canada?
No. Next question.
Well, we're hoping to do 2 of these things, but not together, aren't we? Transatlantic next summer. What threw me then
completely is Carole paused like she was expecting me to answer. Now, I don't know what I'm doing the day after tomorrow. So that's why all your questions about future cruises and the likes should be addressed to Carole.
Yes and yes.
If it's cider related, I'm your man.
So transatlantic we want to do, and definitely Canada is on our list, because another that was coming nicely to Kim Roberts, who was on Instagram, on our Instagram stories. To Kim Roberts 266 asked, are you planning a cruise that goes to Canada, east or west? We are. We've never been to Alaska, so we're looking. I've only ever traveled to Canada once, to Toronto. You've never been, have you?
Oh, loads of times.
You haven't.
Oh no, I haven't. No.
So we definitely want to go west first, because we want to incorporate Alaska, and I've always wanted to do that Rocky Mountain and go to Banff and Jasper. They're lakes, by the way, Pauline. So yes and yes, but not together.
I thought Jasper was a bee.
A bee.
That's what we call bees in the forest of Dean, Jaspers.
I've never heard that expression.
Well, yeah, because you were posh, weren't you?
I was posh.
Posh from the forest of Dean.
Cruise with Gary's asked, and this is I've got loads of questions, if you can see written down here, that people have been asking us, and that was one that came up a lot. How did you both meet?
And these questions are written in Carole's best medical handwriting.
Yeah,
so she can't read any of them.
I can. So Cruising Gaze, this was also on Instagram. Timeout 1397 and Livy HC asked us this question. So I'm like, over to you, Paulie Morgan.
We met on a Sunday night at a place called Long Levens Rugby Club, which is a local rugby club in Gloucester. There was a charity do on, and there was a band playing that we both liked, and we just happened to be there, and it was quite spooky because Carole's supposed to be working that night.
I was supposed to be on a night
but
shift.
One of her friends had
Chrissy Lyons
had an opportunity to do something on a different day, so she said, would you swap this shift, and then you can have Sunday night out and I can have a different night out. And we caught each other's eye across a crowded room, and as they say, the rest is history.
Yes.
And we've had 3 happy years, haven't we? We've been together for 27, but we've had 3 happy years.
That was 1996, wasn't it?
95.
95. Yes, so there you go. So Ken's just turned up. Ken said he's running a bit late, but lovely to see you, Ken and Lindsay. Ken goes cruising. So yes, so they're with Sheila on the 25 nighter. I think it's 3 days' time. They're off to Canada. I'm sure it's Canada. Let me know in the comments. But I'm sure it's Canada. Kirsty's with us, and she's got a Birra Moretti. Is that a beer? I guess.
Carole's finger on the pulse of beers. I drink Birra Moretti when I'm on cruises sometimes, because you don't know what it is.
We drink so much beer, I just lose count. Julia's in the house. Hi, Dan, Julia. We chatted to them on Facebook earlier too. They've just been back from Bath, actually. They've had a weekend in Bath. If you know Bath, is a lovely place in the southwest. We went there once, remember? We went to go to the Christmas market. Remember, with our friends?
We foolishly went to the Christmas market in Bath on about the 8th of December. And when we got there, they said, oh, no, that finished like a week ago.
No.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't it finish in November, the Christmas market?
So if you're ever going to Bath for the Christmas market, check the dates.
Yeah, it's usually in June, I think.
I know.
They have it in June because the weather's better.
Sean's quite rightly saying, if you've got a question, start it with questions in capital so we see it. Nat's in the house. There you are. She got hot fuzz, look. Sue's there. Congratulations again on your 30. Yeah, thank you so much. It's just very heartwarming. It's lovely. Sue says cheers. And also Susan from Charleston, South Carolina says cheers. So I'm going to go to a next question, which I loved from Josh, Coast to Coasters. I don't know if Josh is in the house yet, but he said, what's your best cruise memory? And there's one that came straight into my head when in around about, I think it was 2015, wasn't it? We did quite a lot of Royal Caribbean cruises with our dads, and we did 2. We did Independence of the Seas to Norway, and we did Explore the Seas to Norway, didn't we? Which were both fantastic cruises. And there's a pub on the if you know Royal Caribbean, that class of ship has a pub on the promenade. I can't remember what it was called. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The pub's in the middle of the promenade. And it was a cruise out of the UK, wasn't it, going to Norway? So it was quite British. They put a lot of British entertainment on, didn't they? And this one night, we were sat there having a few drinks and whatever. Your dad had gone off to bed. My dad had stayed. And they started playing a lot of old sort of Cockney, Roll Out the Barrel and... what songs? I'm not going to sing them because that'd be really embarrassing.
What I like was I knew that when Carole said they did a lot of old Cockney songs, I knew that Roll Out the Barrel would be the only one that she would know.
But I looked across and we were just all singing away, and my dad and Paul were waving their hands with it. And then I said, right then, Dad, God, it's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning. We've got to go to bed because we've got a busy day tomorrow. And he looked and went, what, you couple of light pates? Come on, let's have another one.
Light pates?
Lightweights? Did I say light pates? And that is real special. We had such a laugh, didn't we?
And he wouldn't let us go to bed because it was only 1 o'clock.
So, and hopefully my sister's watching. My sister Jane, she never watches our videos, but she said she might pop in and watch this live. So if you're there, Jane, it's good to know that you're there. I'll text you later anyway. So yes, so that was my special moment. What about yours?
Mine was also on a Norwegian cruise, and we were on the Morella Discovery. We were on a Seeking the Northern Lights cruise, and we were sailing out of Flam. Flam has been taken off a lot of cruise itineraries. I don't know whether it's I got told it was because of ships emissions, all different stories, or the ships are too big or whatever. But anyway, we were in Flam, and it's absolutely spectacular. And as we were sailing out of Flam, it was getting towards the evening. It was starting to get dark. And so you had all the sort of stark mountains all each side of you as you're sailing out the fjords. And there was a operatic couple called Braxy Music. They're both unfortunately they split up now, but they're both still performing on cruises.
Yeah.
And we saw Max.
Yes.
On
Enchanted.
A couple of cruises ago on Enchanted. Absolutely fantastic singers, a pair of them.
Yeah.
And they did this sort of live operatic thing by the pool. And because it was outside and it was quite cold, everybody was wrapped up, or they give blankets. My dad had like a Russian hat on, and they had this hot apple pie that was, without exaggeration, about 9 foot across, and they were giving you hot apple pie and hot chocolate, operatic music.
Yeah, it was magical.
Sailing out of this absolutely stunning.
Yeah, let's maybe go Goosey too.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's yeah, so many special memories in it. Cruising is just amazing. Petra say, hi, the Morgans. Right then, we managed to join you for a live for change. So hi, thanks for that. Ashley's in the house as well. So that's good. And Jerry's here too. Hi, Jerry. Apart from Thatcher's Gold, do you like the rest of the Thatcher's range?
Sort of. I tried. They've got a new orange one out, which I tried. It's a burnt orange. I got to be honest, it didn't light me fire. I like Thatcher's Haze. I'm still trying. I didn't even realise till we were in Guernsey, in a pub in Guernsey, and they had Thatcher's Dark Fruit or Dark Berries or something, and I've never seen that to this day. And I went to have a pint of it there, and they didn't have any. They'd sold out, so I haven't tried that yet. But I do. I think
Mark Wild. I don't know if you're in here, Mark. He suggested a few to you, didn't
he? Well, the orange one was one of them, and I wasn't that keen on it. But
yeah,
they do a lot of bottled ones. But what I find is when you've had about 2 bottles of it, you forget your own name. So I tend to avoid it. But the answer is yes, I do like a lot of I don't like some of them. But yes, but there's plenty for me to try, but it's definitely my favourite range.
Yeah. Nicholas says, love your videos. Thank you. Just put Norwegian Fjords on Aon for next August. So perfect. That'd be fabulous. And we've got Andrew Jeffries' question. My mate Alan adores Jane McDonald. Have you ever bumped into one of your cruises? No, we haven't.
I've got a good story for you though. Carole's looking at me now. Where are you going with this? And I might be making this up, but I think it's true. When Carole worked on a cruise ship many years ago, I think it was the Marie Celeste used to work on. When she finished her contract, she encouraged a friend of hers, to
go and work for them too.
Go and work for them too, and that friend was on the same cruise as Jane McDonald,
Sarah Scammell,
and she ended up going to Jane McDonald's wedding. So is it by osmosis we've met her? So we haven't, but one of our very, very good friends went to her wedding. So no, we haven't met her, but we feel like we have.
Our friend has.
Yeah.
Oh, Ken Goes Cruising asked, how long did it take to get your first 1,000 subscribers? A long time, Ken.
About 3 days, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, it seemed like, it seemed like it was about 47 years.
Well, the first 1,000 is the hardest. Starting off in YouTube is the hardest. We were scared about sitting in front of the camera. We were scared about being judged. We were scared of lots of things, weren't we? And it was a really slow grow. And I look back at some of our original videos, and I would never take them down, but they're certainly not very good. And that's fine, because you've got to start somewhere. We started our channel about 2016 when we started putting like hotel room things. We weren't doing a huge amount of cruising then, were we? Because I was still working. Our budget was a bit different. So, it's only really in the last 2 years, would you say?
Yeah, 18
I'd have to look. I tell you what I've got, because I keep all my certificates.
But don't bore everybody with like 3 hours, man, because we're already about 27 minutes behind on questions. Yeah. No. Well, 5,000 we hit in 2021. So it was a good few years. So, and my message to anyone starting the YouTube channel, do not give up. If you enjoy doing it, it's hard work. We spend, to get one video per week takes a lot of effort. So you've got to be committed. It's hard work. But if you're in for the long run, you will get there. And be yourself. And like I said, if you're not enjoying it, you shouldn't be doing it anyway. But enjoy yourself, be yourself, and results will come.
Yes. Roger says, keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Congratulations. I'm just going to go to another question now from our Instagram here, which I thought was really good. It said, considering you're just back from Norway, which cruise line would you recommend to visit with? Now, my initial thoughts are we've done 5 Norwegian cruises, and I went back and thought, oh, what do we've done? Independence of the Seas, Explorer of the Seas, Morella Discovery, Sky Princess, and QM2. And I think for me, the last one we did on QM2 was the best ship because of all the outside space.
Yes.
And my sister, hopefully if you're watching, Jane, came on that Cunard cruise, and she'd only done Princess before, and she was like, oh my God, Cunard outside space and the ship in itself she loved, and said, when can we do another Cunard cruise? So
you're saying Cunard, then, eh?
Well, I think QM2 for me, but I really enjoyed Morella Discovery only because we went right up to the Arctic. Yeah. So I pick a ship that's got outside space and got a promenade deck, a full promenade deck. Because the Princess have got little bits of promenades, but they get crowded, don't they?
And the bigger the ship you go for, the less likely you are to get into the smaller ports. So bear that in mind as well.
Size, if you're going size does matter. Like size does matter,
yes. So if you're going on something that's got 6,000 or 7,000 passengers, the likelihood is it won't get into the smaller places. So
so that's So hopefully that's helpful. That was for Phil Griffin from our Instagram. So the next question on our comments is, have you done a Christmas market cruise? No, we haven't. We'd like to, though, wouldn't we? We'd like to one day.
Maybe do one to Bath in June.
So Susan Wilson's asking, which restaurants and bars on TUI Discovery do you recommend? Well, we were on Discovery 2 for the electric sunsets, which was great fun. So we only really ate in the main dining room and at the buffet, didn't we, on that cruise? Because we were literally just on there for days.
But Discovery and Discovery 2 are the same, aren't they?
They are.
And when we did Discovery several years ago, and we still, like I said, still one of our favourite ships, they've got specialty restaurants, 2 of which we did. We did the Surf and Turf.
Yes.
And we did Carole.
Yeah.
And they were both absolutely brilliant. 2 of the best specialty restaurants we've done.
Also, the Discovery, they have, it looks like the main dining room, the upstairs, they actually have a dedicated Italian, which is all included.
Which is all included in the price. They have got a sushi restaurant as well, which is you have to pay extra for, but we didn't try that.
Yeah. So, what are you doing?
So there was something on there, and I thought if I press something now and shut everything off, I'd probably be frowned upon.
Betty's asking about tips. If tips are included, you tip extra. Betty, yes, we do. If we feel the service has been exemplary, don't we? Yeah. If we've had a cabin steward anyone that's gone sort of over and above the regular service that you would expect, we do tip extra. Yeah. We always carry a bit of cash in our bag, don't we? I tend to.
I don't tend to carry any in my bag, but
no, because he always loses it. Yeah, see, Naples all coming back.
I haven't lost that bag. I know exactly where it is.
Yeah, in Naples.
Yeah, under a table in Naples.
So we do, Betty, but it's not. You have to do whatever you feel comfortable with. There's no right or wrong.
When it comes to tipping, there's no right and wrong. Yeah. But Americans have got a different outlook to tipping than the Europeans, but because in America, tipping is a big part of how that person earns their wages. So they've got a very different outlook.
You could say that about cruising, but we don't know, do we?
But what you will find is especially, I mean, if you've got the same table in a restaurant every night, some people will say tip early, because if you're tipping at the end, they can't do anything extra special when you're getting off in the morning. So there's different schools of thoughts. If you know this is our table every night, we're coming here for a week, 2 weeks, whatever it might be, go in early with a tip. You might get some special treatment. You might not, but that's the gamble. Yeah. But tipping,
we don't tend to tip.
We tend to, for the cabin steward and stuff like that, we tend to tip at the end. But there's no right and wrong.
Yeah, but if you've had exceptional services in the bar, we think we might not go there. We would tip early.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So, just going to say, Clinton takes to the comedy value watching, which is worth it every time. Oh, Paul, you're the man. But you both work together well.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Mike's just saying hi. Paul's looking very confused tonight with cars. That's normal, isn't it?
Welcome to my life, Sue. It's one big ball of confusion.
Tom and Dom, they always get lots of comments, particularly for that. Yeah, you're always going to get those, Tom and Dom. You just have to ignore them. There's always going to be someone waiting to pounce on your tiny mistake. So just
on our last cruise, only because we did a rib adventure, Now, we went to what we thought was called Skjolden, which is Skjolden.
Yes.
So we thought it was Olden with a sk on the front.
Yes.
But then when we went on our rib adventure, the lady who was driving our boat, who was from that place, said it was called Sholden.
Yes.
So the K and the J became a H. But I've never heard anybody else.
Well, Brits on the ship did tell us, didn't they, when we were on all that? That was maybe a conversation I had.
Yeah, but they know everything, don't they? They're so smart. We're definitely going to team up with them on the next quiz for a quiz. Yeah, because they're like, well, that'd be, I think we could conquer the world on quizzing with them.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yvonne's saying, don't change. Oh, thank you very much. Such lovely comments. Hi, you two. Hi, Claire. Claire was very helpful. I don't know if you just watched our Sky Princess vlog, episode 1. Because we're always behind with our series, and I want to make sure I put them all right out and have time to put a whole series out. The series is all about the Jubilee, and of course, sadly, with our lovely Queen passing away recently, I wanted to put some sort of tribute in there. And I wanted our patrons and our YouTube members just to help me decide where to go. And Claire was brilliant, because I put it somewhere, and quite rightly, she said, actually, that's not quite right. So thank you, Claire. And that's why our patrons and YouTube members are there to help us with our content. So if you want to know more about that, have a look in the description below. But thanks, Claire, for that. I really appreciated that. And you're right, it's a reflection of how they feel about themselves. And I get that now, and I didn't used to get that, and I used to get upset, thinking, oh my God, how can I cope with all these nasty comments that come?
I used to get annoyed if somebody gave us a thumbs down.
No,
I don't care.
No,
I don't care what it's like. Well,
yeah. Alex is asking, you booked 2 weeks USA Cruise with Umbrella for August. And I was about to do in Tampa, Florida. No, my only experience in Tampa was I got working for Celebrity in 1992. And I was with a boyfriend then. Close your ears, probably. No, you know this story. And we decided to hire a car in Tampa. And he didn't drive. I was driving all around Florida. And we ended up hitting a speed bump in a neighborhood that didn't look very welcoming. And the car broke down. And it was one of the most scariest moments of my life, because he ran off to try and get help. And I was just there on my own in this environment with all the cases.
And what do you do? When your car's broke down and you're in a really iffy environment, what you do is you take all your belongings out of the car and put them on the pavement.
I thought the car might blow up.
Which is what she did. So basically, 30 years later, Carole's driving hasn't improved.
The reason I took all the stuff out is I had I'm not very good with cars, am I? I was driving home when I was doing my nurse training, and I had bought my mum a plant. I always remember it's a rubber plant, and I had it in the well of the passenger seat. And my car came to a stop in Newnham, if you know Gloucestershire, in Newnham. And I thought, what's going on? And I looked at the bonnet, and it was bubbling, and my car was on fire. So I know.
And I want to point out, she didn't buy that car off me.
No, that was way before Paul. So there we are. Anyway, sorry, Alex. No, we can't. But if anyone in the comments can help Alex on ideas for
Tampa, we'd be very grateful.
Exactly. So we've got lots of people in here. Carry on, Ken says hi, Pauline, Carole. Claire's in the house as well. So lovely. Thank you all so much for coming for our chat. And Elaine's in from Alberta. We've got people from Cleveland, Georgia. Betty's in as well, and she's loving our video. So thank you very much. And Claire says, can everyone hit the like button? Yeah, if you can, that'll be great. So that's brilliant. So let's have a look to see. Oh,
that was like a line from Love Actually then. Don't ever change. You're perfect just the way you are.
Oh, it's my favourite film.
No, it's not Love Actually. It's Bridget Jones.
Oh, I like that too. Another one for you, Paulie, while you check out the next questions.
Do you know, I think I'm not a Strongbow fan at all. I know
Ken will know.
Ken will know. Ken's the master of. I'm not saying Ken drinks Strongbow, but he's the.
We've got a post all about the drinks packages and prices on Iona, so it's all on our website, but we can't think off the top of our head.
I know they definitely got Thatcher's Gold on Iona because I was drinking it when I was on there. I don't know about Strongbow, but Ken, if you can help me out on that one, I'd be very grateful.
I don't know if Ken's a cider drink though, is he?
Yeah, but he might know, mightn't he? Because he's a clever bloke.
Yes, that's true. So,
right, you've stopped scrolling now.
I have. Yeah, Cheryl's saying the Rocky Mountain. Yeah, we love to do that. Morris is here. So lovely to see you, Morris.
Morris.
And Alan's there as well. So thank you very much. And Janet. And Cheryl's from Mexico.
Guadalajara.
Oh yeah. Way. And Grace is here. So nice to see you, Grace. We talk quite a bit on Twitter. So Nick's asking, good evening both. We're off on a 2-week river cruise on Tui Maya tomorrow. Do you have a passenger laundrette on board? Do you know, please? No, I didn't see one, did you?
I'm trying to have
a look on your post. We've got a post all about
if you go onto our
it was Isla, but all the ships are the same.
If you go onto our Tui Isla post, either the video or on our website,
just go to the Morella Tui section and you'll see all the river cruising information. And you did a post all about the
by
ship,
memory, I can't remember there being a laundrette on there. But if you have a look at our post, just have a quick whiz through it on paulandcarole.com or on our YouTube channel. There's a video tour.
Yeah.
But I don't recall there being one, to be honest with you.
So it's in that they pretended to be that. So I'm going to get rid of that. That's not Jane.
How do you know? How do you know? She might be.
I'll ask her later. Do we ever get seasick? Sue's asking. Really?
Only once, and let me tell you why. It's because there were some selfish people. One is sat next to me, and one is also in the chat, Natalie Green. We were on...
He'll never forget that night, will he?
We were on the former Russian troop carrier, the CMV Marco Polo, going to Dublin. Beautifully calm going. On the way back, it was just like the perfect storm. It was like you've never seen nothing like it. And Natalie said, well, I've only got enough seasickness tablets for me and Auntie Carole. So I couldn't have any. And I got seasick. And then one of our friends who was also with us said, oh, you should have said I got about 17 packets in my bag.
Not that many.
So only once. Yeah. Carole's never been seasick because somebody gave her some tablets. But I was. The
last day I remember on Morella Discovery, I felt really odd, but I don't know if it was seasick or it was just...
I think that was wine.
Maybe. Exhausted-ish. Hello there. Carole, you all seem positive, happy. What makes you angry?
Me.
Yes.
Every single day.
I try and be positive and happy because I think in my nursing career, I had to deal with a lot of negative people. And I'm so glad that I don't have to deal with them anymore. And I feel my vow was when I retired. I mean, I all tried to be positive and happy when I was at work. But I vowed I was going to, anyone that caused me any negativity or unhappiness, I don't want to see them again. No. And it's great because I don't know, which is brilliant.
Yeah, Paul's still here. Still here.
But things that make me angry is people that are rude. I hate people that are rude for no reason whatsoever. I hate people that don't deliver on what they say they're going to deliver. I hate that lip service. That makes me angry. If you're going to say you're going to do something, do it.
You may well have opened the can of worms now, so this live could be going on till about 11 o'clock. So that's enough of what makes you angry. Let's go.
But anyway, so I think positive breeds positivity. So I think be happy, and even when you're feeling a bit down, just try and see, instead of thinking what's bad, what's good. I think that's the way I want to rule my life. You had that
job in that battery factory, though, didn't you? Most days she was positive.
Oh, please. Sorry about that. Hi, guys. Have you cruised in Gibraltar, especially with Morella? Not on Morella, but we were on Queen Elizabeth. And it was our first time in Gibraltar.
Our first and only time.
And you know what? We weren't excited about going there, but we had a really great day.
We did have a good day, yeah.
We didn't realise how cheap the shopping would be. And I was in it was like Christmas, wasn't it? It wasn't like Christmas but it was like, I was thinking, oh my God, because the perfume and everything was just so cheap. And stupidly, we took euros off the ship and it's pounds. And why we didn't know that?
I'll tell you something. Travel bloggers, yeah.
We didn't. We put our pounds in the safe, didn't we?
I even took all my sterling out of my wallet.
Yeah.
Put all the euros in there. And first place we got to, I said to Carole, it says there, fish and chips, £7.95. She said, well, yeah, that's not too bad a price, is it? I said, no, you're missing the point here. It says it's £7.95. Yeah. It doesn't say €7.
€7.
And she said, Oh.
We didn't go up to the viewpoint with the monkeys because we don't really like monkeys, do we?
We're scared of monkeys.
Well, we had some bad experience with monkeys in Thailand, and we'll save that for another day.
Yeah, they held us hostage for 4 months. Chained us to a radiator.
Pipsy, hi Pips, she's just back from Croatia. Oh, I hope you had a fab time. We love Croatia.
Feeble excuse, so getting here late because you've just got back from Croatia. I don't know. I'll have to see the note.
Alan's asking what's our favourite ship. Oh, Alan, we haven't got one, have we? We've got so many that we really enjoy. That's such a hard one, isn't it? My top 3 at the moment are Celebrity Beyond, Cunard QM2, and that's 2 that can pop to my head. I do love a Virgin ship. Paul doesn't. Which actually, Kim Roberts asked on Instagram, are you planning to... Not Kim Roberts, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong page.
Medical writing.
No.
Wait a minute, she'll say...
Lillian Jean C asked, are we planning a Virgin Voyages again? I would love to try it. Paul won't at the moment. He wants the ships to change a bit before he goes back on.
If they change the ship, the entertainment, the restaurants...
The restaurants were good.
The one restaurant was good.
And the entertainment, that show was amazing.
Yeah, but it's the same show as we've seen the cruise before. So...
Yes, okay.
Come on, Richard, pull your finger out, sort it out.
Sue's asking, have you done a Greek island cruise? If so, any recommendation? We've gone on our first cruise to the Caribbean General, or I'm already looking at other cruises. Yes, we have. One of our favourite places we stopped at was Santorini. We were lucky because we were the only ship in, and it gets really packed. It's beautiful, beautiful views, but can get crazily busy. And thinking off the top of my head, we've got on our website, we're going to do more of these. We've been talking about this today, haven't we? The cruise port information. We've got cruise port information for Rhodes and for Hania and Crete. And both of those, we've been to Rhodes many times on a land holiday. We love the old town, don't we? Rhodes Old Town. And you dock literally outside the walls of the old town, and it's beautiful. And Hania in Crete, it was the first time in that part of Crete, and it was beautiful. Corfu, we've holidayed there, but we've not actually been to Corfu town, and we've got on and off there, haven't we? And can you think of another Crete port we've been to? No, poor cat. Simon's asking, have we done any Italian cruises? Yes, we have. Our Celebrity Beyond vlogs are going to come out after Sky Princess, hopefully, and we had some great time in Italy and Sicily. We went on Marella Explorer, didn't we, in May, and we had the most atrocious weather in Italy. We got on in Naples, didn't we, and went to Messina. We got off and we were hid under a wall for about an hour.
It was a monsoon.
It was like, yeah, and
thunder and lightning, monsoon,
and the water was up to our ankles.
Carole said, I know a shortcut, and then when the water went above her knees, I said, it's all right, mate, I'll carry on going the way I'm going.
Yeah, so we didn't see a lot of that.
You're not disputing
that weather on that cruise was crazy, because we went to Dubrovnik, and in the morning we were with your brother and dad, wasn't it? And we went and had a lovely walk around the walls in Dubrovnik in the morning. The afternoon, the boys went off to the bar, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go on deck and just chill out. And hailstones started. I was sat there, and this lady about 3 beds away, we just looked at each other and burst out laughing, because you just couldn't make it up. So yes, we have done a bit of it, and I'd like to do more, wouldn't we?
Yeah, it's
lovely. Dara's asking, we put an extra cruise on Iona, forgetting the World Cup would be on at the same time. Is that a big mistake, Paulie?
I tell you, that's a schoolboy error, isn't it?
People do a show, don't they, in that?
No, in all fairness, I think the good thing because it's the World Cup, it's not going to be, like Sky Sports or whatever, not letting anybody watch it. So I think there'll be a very, very good chance. I suppose it depends where it's going as well, but I don't know, because it's in Qatar. I don't know what the time differences are, but I'd be very, very surprised if they didn't make the effort to show it. I can't imagine they're going to be showing 17 games a day, but I would imagine they'd make the effort and show the England games. But if not, just tell them you spoke to me, and I'm sure they'll get right on it.
And Paul said, not long till our bucket list through. Yeah, our last live, we announced where we're going to be spending Christmas. And congrats on our subscribers getting to. I know. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. So
going back to the last question, there's I don't know how long the World Cup's going to go on for, but we might be in Australia. when England's in the final, we might be in Australia.
Oh, we haven't even worked out that time difference, which is going to be opposite.
Well, it's going to be within
12 hours.
It's going to be within 12 hours, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Oh well, we might have to miss it. Woo! No,
never going to happen.
No. Sean's saying the pub on Independence season, the dog and badger. That's it. Yes, thank you, Sean. Sean's always there to save the day, so thank you for that. Got Iona booked in October. Can't wait. Normally book Princess. Can't come out. Any advice?
That says got Iona booked.
I said that. What did I say?
You talk too fast. You talk like you're a medical writer. Slow down, lady. Slow down.
We've thoroughly enjoyed our time on Iona. It's a beautiful ship, in it, Paulie. Yes. Go with an open mind and just have a plan of what you want to do. I think they're a good comparison to Princess, don't you?
Things to do. Find out who's in the Limelight Club. Because you'll need to book that. You do have to pay extra. It was £25 when we were on there, but you get a 3-course meal and there'll be a guest artist in there. So find out who that is, and if it's somebody that likes your fire, get it booked. We loved the
Keys.
We love the Keys, where it's got the fish and chip shop, the Thai restaurant, and the burger place.
And also, what we loved about P&O Iona is we sometimes begrudge paying like $50 for a specialty menu that we might not want a huge meal. They do a lot of their specialty restaurants you can pay per dish, and we like that, didn't we?
Yeah,
that was really
Keel and Cow.
Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah. There's a steak restaurant called the Keel and Cow. Yeah. You can go there, and if you want 20 quid's worth of T-bone, you can, but if you only want something that's £4, you can as well.
Exactly.
So I did like the fact
we've got a full playlist, P&O playlist. You'll see a full series on Iona, so I suggest you watch that, because we show you all around the ship and exactly what we did on there.
Look at you, I suggest you watch this.
Well, no, I'm just saying, because hopefully it'll be helpful. Sheila's asking, if you're blown at your nose, do they fly across the room? Try it. No, I don't. No. His glasses have been all around the world independently.
They're better travel than I am.
And Audrey's saying, thank you, Audrey. Yes, it is. Having a YouTube channel, people think, it's. Well, I don't know what people think. It's a lot easier than it is, but it does. It's hours I spend. Hard work.
The hours I put in, I'll tell you won't believe. Or, it's all the behind the scenes stuff that, you don't get the thanks for it.
Anywho, Sarah Louise Marston, I've been to watch all of your hotel reviews last month and loved them. Oh, thanks. So yeah, we've got lots of hotel reviews, because that's how we started our YouTube channel. And Colette's asking, we got back from Ferguson on Iona last Saturday and loved it. What was your first ever cruise together? Navigator of the Seas, wasn't it? It took me 7 years to talk Paul into going on a cruise. He said, I don't want to do that. And you did do that face. You don't want to do that. You just didn't get it, which a lot of people don't. And as soon as we've done it, you're like, oh my God, why haven't we did
39 cruises later?
Exactly.
We still don't get it.
And we went from Barcelona, didn't we?
Yeah, no, it was a good cruise actually.
It was.
And we did that. We did a 5-day cruise, and I didn't even know there was a theatre on there, because we never went there once. And now we
we just spent a lot of time. It was so warm. We spent most of the time outside on deck, didn't we?
So the first cruise we did when we went to the theatre, and I said to Carole, I said, well, didn't they have a theatre on that Royal Caribbean ship? They said, well, yeah, of course they did. I said, well, how did we manage to avoid that for 5 days? I said, I don't know. They have great shows as well, Royal Caribbean, to be fair, don't they?
They do. Yeah. They do. Terence said, hi, as a Treadwith-born fella, it's great seeing here a Gloucester couple. You remind me of home. Oh, fab. That's just around the corner.
Cheers, Terence, yeah.
Jolly Rob's asking, hi, Jolly Rob. Do you think booking and choosing a cruise should be simpler?
He's changed his picture.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The choice and options can be so different from one cruise to another, and so confusing. It is. It's a minefield, because all ships are different. Categories of cabin are different. So yes, but then on the flip side of that, if they were all the same, it might be a bit boring. So yeah. And he also says his first cruises on Morella Discovery. Let's tell him again. Yeah, Morella Discovery's got a special place in our heart, because we did the Suez Canal on there and had a fantastic time. We did Northern Lights. So 2 spectacular itineraries, wasn't it? Plus the entertainment was still, I think, it's hard to beat.
With what
traditional shows.
What Morella's got, they haven't got the
pyrotechnics.
The high especially the Discovery. The Explorer is a bit more high tech. The Discovery has got less in the way of technology, but what they have got is every time we've been on there, they've had a fantastic show team. They've got a fantastic cruise director, assistant cruise directors, etc., some of which we're still in touch with to this day. And we went on the one cruise and they did 10, we did a 2-week cruise and they did 10 different shows in those 14 days, which is absolutely unheard of with any other cruise line. And every show was brilliant. So big up to...
yeah, it was brilliant.
To all those people involved, it was great.
Yeah, it was brilliant. And Asia's Curiosity, hi there. Love your videos was inspired to our own channel. How far ahead do you book your cruises? P&O about to release. Well, congratulations on starting your channel and good luck. If you need any advice, then just drop us a message. We're happy to help.
Don't drop me a message because I'll be no use at all. But
how far ahead do you book your cruises? It varies. We do look ahead for sort of more bucket list things, don't we? And for your dad, we have done in the past because of accessible cabins. If there's a particular ship we want to go on and we want, say, an aft cabin or a particular type of cabin, you've got to book in advance because they're going all those cabins that have got that extra extended balcony or that bit of extra space for the same money tend to get snapped up. P&O about to read say winter 24-25. So
that is a long time.
It is, yes. Paul's asking, have we heard of the thing? I have heard of that Finger ship in Leith. We used to go to Edinburgh a lot, and we haven't been there for years. So that does ring a bell. Order's asking, have there been any extra costs you've been caught out with or been a bit surprised on a cruise besides the opposite gratuities?
No. The only hidden cost we had, which we've discussed on here before, was when we got charged a smidge over £2,000 for some artwork that we hadn't bought.
Yeah.
But for nothing that we've actually had, and they haven't tried tucking us up with anything after the event, I'm pleased to say. But was it the Virtuoso?
I don't know what you're going to say.
Well, we went to get off. I'm sure it was a Virtuoso. We went to get off. They wouldn't let us off because they said Carole owed 30 quid.
But I think it's more about before you go.
Oh, no.
First time cruises. I think you've got to think of there's things that excursions. You've got to think when you're going to these ports. Do you want to pay for an excursion? Because excursions.
Yeah, but that's not a hidden. That's not
no,
a hidden.
It's not a hidden cost. Okay, but I'm just thinking for budget. Yeah. Okay, for budget for a cruise, it's not just paying for that cruise. Yeah. Excursions, drinks.
But nothing hidden.
Gratuities. No. Things to think about. The Cruise Boys are in. Hi, Cruise Boys. Skajol, now I remember from your Princess Convo. Yeah, we kept saying it, and Brits of the Ship kept telling.
And you still said Skajol. Shoulden.
I did. We were the Cruise Boys on Sky Princess in June, and the Cruise Monkeys, and Innocents Abroad.
What a boring old cruise.
We had such fun, and I'm editing the series, and I'm loving it because it brought back so many fabulous memories. So, yeah. So great to see you here, guys. Lots of this was the tea. We can't answer this question. Lots of lines say LGBT welcome, but it doesn't always extend to the T. Any lines or itineraries of clients that would be more welcome for trans cruisers. Now, actually, Gary brought this up on his live stream, Gary Bembridge Tips for Travellers, because he was talking about it on Cunard, and he was saying Cunard were very welcoming for that. So I think that's I would advise you to give that question to Gary because we don't know that. So, but he would be able to point you in the right direction with that. Travel John in Wales here. Hi, folks. Congrats on reaching 13,000. Have you any funny stories you can share about your time working as a nurse on a cruise ship? I was quite naughty, actually. Me and my friend Jill.
You need to clarify that before.
No.
Yeah.
What do you mean? No, mischievous. Me and my friend Jill. She was a hairdresser. She worked for Steiner, and we used to, we used to be a bit naughty, as in stay out late and do things that we shouldn't do, and maybe have a few more drinks than we should. I'll have to think of some actual funny stories, but I've got such great memories. We're headed to New York next year, and I've planned. Pam DeRocco Chase is one of my friends who worked with the reception type team then, and we're hoping to catch up. And I haven't seen her since 1991, so that's going to be amazing.
Yes, indeed.
Let's see, because time's a ticking, as it's gone so fast. Sheila's here saying hi to the cruise boys. The Restless Natives asking, since you told us so much, do you do your own booking or on travel agent? I love watching your videos. We've used two fantastic travel agents. We've used Emma Otter from Travel Counsellors, and we used Dan, the cruiser from Go Cruise and Travel. I must admit, Dan, we're using more and more because he's found us some fantastic itineraries, particularly our bucket lists. He's not with us today, but he's normally here. You can find his details in the description below. And he's got some fantastic itineraries, hasn't he? As has Emma in the past, so that's been great. So Dean is saying, keep up the great work, Paul and Carole. What's your content? Yeah, Saga are great. They are class, aren't they, Paulie? We'd love to do another Saga.
They are a little bit expensive. We've had this conversation before. Yeah. Excuse me.
But you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for, but they do throw lots and lots of stuff in for free, and I don't think for 1 second you won't enjoy yourself. I think you'll have a great time. It's
just quality. Everything's quality. Just everything, isn't it? It's and the food. We still say, don't we? That's some of the best food we've ever had at sea.
And on our last Saga cruise, there was an operatic singer called Emily Hayes.
Yes,
who we're still in touch with now via social medias.
Yeah, she's lovely.
Next week, the England-Germany match in the Nations League, Emily will be singing the national anthem. So look out for her on that.
Yeah. So hi, Emily, if you're watching. We hope to catch up with you on the seas at some point. Any tips for a first-time solo cruiser? I'm on the MSC World Europa. Oh, the World Europa looks amazing. I don't know what that is. I know you don't. As a solo cruiser, we can't say because we've not done it. But as a first-time cruiser, I would make sure that you when you get in your cabin or on an app, you'll get the program. Make sure you have a plan, because there's so much that's going on around the ship that you need to make sure that you have a plan for the day. Otherwise, you miss things, and then also you're thinking you're just chasing your tail, aren't you? So that would be my biggest tip.
Kathy cruises. I don't know whether she promised us she's going to be watching.
Yes, Kathy. If Kathy's in the house. Yes. So if you're here, Kathy, and you want to write a comment about solo, because Kathy's cruise a lot solo. So is Gary Bembridge. So I think, but from us, for a first timer, just go with an open mind. Try things that you think you're not going to enjoy. Things like
no, I'd be trying things that you're going to enjoy.
No, because the things, for an example, like the enrichment talks, I've dragged you along. Him bleating and saying I don't want to do it, and we've watched some brilliant one, haven't you? It's like on Sky Princess, we had that great chat by that royal butler. You get different. It's hard to explain, but just look at the program and have a plan.
What she said.
Ah, dear. So so the Restless Natives come in with some Tampa information. Tampa's one of the oldest ports abroad. The river walk is nice. For beaches, you're better to get an Uber to St. Pete Beach or Indian Rock. So thanks for that. The Restless Native, that's really helpful. Tony and Rachel, who we recently met on Cunard. So have you ever done a Viking cruise? No. I love to try Viking. We've been I look at them a lot. They're very expensive, but I know that they are quality and I want to do them. And we also definitely want to get to Iceland, don't we? At some point, but
I can't not think of Iceland and not think that, I want to get some cheap pizzas or something, but that's not the same Iceland, is it?
No. So is it not a Cunard frequent? I'm still looking for other options. Yeah, we've heard great things about Viking. I tell you, we've got a lot of good Viking content, Tony and Rachel, that I advise you watch. Is Bob and Holly from Innocence Abroad. They've done some fantastic videos, and I'm sure you'll find Bob and Holly on social media. Message us and I'll give you their details if you can't find them. I'm sure you'll be able to find them.
Yeah, Innocence Abroad.
They're
on Facebook. They got a YouTube channel.
They've got some fantastic content about Viking, so I'd advise you to have a look there. And they love them, don't they? They speak very highly of them. So, and Nick saying Iona has Strongbow in a can.
There you go, now. And then somebody else said no Strongbow.
No Strongbow, but they're Vaspers and Thatchers went last week.
Could be a fight now.
Well, the problem is, and we found that on our last cruise, wasn't it, on QM2, You might go to one bar and they'll have a certain drink, but you go to another bar and they don't have it. It's like, why can't you have like standard sort of common
But it's not
beers and cider? Why can't you just have them?
Yeah, on Queen Mary, that was a frustration that virtually everywhere on when we the first place we went to, we had some lunch. There was a pub, and they had pumps on the bar, Foster's, and San Miguel. We'll have a San Miguel, please. Oh, we haven't got any San Miguel. Okay, we'll have Foster's. And then you go to the Queen's room. I'll have a Foster's, please. Oh, we haven't got Foster's. We've got Stella, or we've got Cunard Gold. Okay. Last night I went to the casino. There's the San Miguel pump on the bar, but we'd already been told for the whole cruise there's not any San Miguel on the ship at all. Would you like a drink, sir? Yes, I'd love a San Miguel, but I know you haven't got any. He's like, well, yes, we have. And I had 2 pints of San Miguel on the last night, but I got told by every single bar there wasn't a drop of San Miguel on the whole ship. So
going back to what the Iona thing, Claire's just said as well that they do seem to be there. We didn't find any stronger the last 2 weeks. So it's hit and miss, isn't it?
Ken says they do have Strongbow.
Yeah, and Ken said they do.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends what they've got in stock. John's asking, John and Carole from Pershore. Oh, hi. We met John and Carole as we were walking down the hill in Bergen when we were on Sky Princess. So on the alcohol theme, there's no Thatch Fair. What are your favourite cocktails?
My favourite cocktail, because I've got a little sweet tooth, is probably a mudslide. But the trouble is with a mudslide, it's like drinking just a nice milkshake. And then when you've had about 3, you get quite sleepy, especially in the afternoon. But yeah, not...
You had a dirty banana.
Oh, I had a dirty banana, but not enough chocolate in it. But yeah, I do love a mudslide. But the trouble is, it's not like, when you go to somewhere like the Commodore Club on a Cunard ship, and there's somebody having a martini, and there's somebody else having a Mai Tai, and you can, can I have a mudslide, please? So basically, it's just like a McDonald's milkshake. It's
more than
with a load of brandy in it. But yes, I do like that. But
so yes, so let's see, because times are ticking. Look, it's nearly 8 o'clock again. Ken's saying, oh, that's a good one from Grace. Do you think the Princess Plus drinks package with? Yes, we do. Princess do a lot of things right.
We're 56 minutes in, and I've managed to avoid talking about
no, but their drinks.
Yes, what
they do lots of things well.
I'm not going to say anything negative. We had this conversation last week or the week before. With P&O, what P&O's done, they kept their drinks package the same price. And you think, oh, well, I'll have it then because it's good. But then what they didn't tell you is they put all the price of their drinks up. So now a lot of the drinks that you might have had 2 years ago are no longer in the package. What Princess has done is they haven't done that. Their package is still about £40 a day, which is comparable to P&O and probably one of the cheapest out there. But there's virtually everything is included in that. It's very rare that if you wanted something, it wouldn't be in the package. So yes, Princess.
It's just gone up to £40 a day, hasn't it? But it does include Wi-Fi. It's a bit hit and miss.
She's taunting me, and it does include your gratuity.
Yes.
So for 40 quid a day, even without take the Wi-Fi out the scenario, for 40 quid a day is an absolute no. Because
we would always get it on Princess, wouldn't we? No. We've got so many questions and we're running out of time, and I want to answer everyone's questions if they've taken the time to come and see us. Julie's asking about a soft drinks package on Iona. Is only ready for children, so if anyone can answer that, that'd be great.
Well, I think didn't Emma Latisse buy a children's soda package?
She did,
and then they said, "Oh, you can't have that." And she said, "Why?" Because at the end of the day, if you're a child and you drink 74 gallons of Diet Coke a day, why should that make a difference?
It should just be a soft package.
Yeah, it should be a soft drinks package. So there was a hoo-ha, so they've probably closed that loophole now. But no, we don't do. But if you have the normal drinks package, all soft drinks are included anyway. But if you don't drink alcohol, then I don't know is the honest answer.
Andrew's here. Spoke to you on Princess. Lovely people. Oh, thanks, Andrew. Lovely to meet you. Like we said, if you do spot us on a cruise, do say hi. It's really nice to catch up with all of you. That's an interesting question. If you take anyone on a cruise, past or present, who would you take and who wouldn't you want to take? Oh my gosh. I want to go on cruise with my sister again because we had such a lovely time on QM2, and she's new to cruising, and she's started to get the bug, and I really wanted to get the bug. Now she's got a little bit more time to cruise, so that's my answer.
I wouldn't want to take the captain of the Titanic because he's got quite a bad record on cruising. So, but no, I mean, we had that sort of having dinner with anybody, and it's, I don't know, there's so many.
Sean's asking, how did you get first into cruising? Well, as you probably heard, Sean, I worked as a nurse in the 90s, and I always wanted to go as a passenger. And it took me 7 years to talk Paul into it, but thank God he listened and came on board. And Cheryl's asking about, have you been on Azamara? But no, we're going there for Christmas. If you've seen our last live, we're heading to Australia on Azamara and doing back-to-back cruises, from Singapore right the way around, spending Sydney, New Year in Sydney, and getting off in Melbourne, where we're going to be spending 5 days before we travel back. Gary is in here. Hi, Gary. Congrats on 13K. Thank you. So this is whoever asked about the LGBT. Gary is the guy that would be able to answer that, because he was talking about that on his recent live. Yeah. So if you go back to the live that he did on Tuesday.
And also about Solo, and also about Viking.
Yes.
As well as obviously Innocence Abroad for Viking.
And also Lord Kiltridge is asking about solo travellers, and like I say, Gary's the one for that, because we haven't travelled solo, so it's really difficult to answer that question. And more information about Tampa for you there. Look, Busch Gardens, watching a real mermaid show.
We've been to Busch Gardens.
A real mermaid. We did years ago. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Do they still, interesting, Phil, if you can answer this question, we went to Busch Gardens. It was quite recently, 1996, I believe, and they gave you free beer. Do they still do that?
Yeah, they did, because you queued for ages.
No, I didn't. I queued in lots of different queues, because then you've got another free, you can only have one free beer, but if you went to a different line, and then once they had a shift change, you go back again.
Guess who was driving? But anyway.
Well, you know who's driving, because when we went out into the car park after, so going back to Carole's driving, I wonder where we left the car. Carol said, "Oh, there it is, over there, look, the one with the lights on."
Yeah, it was all flat.
We had to get the tow truck.
Regarding Christmas, my daughter in 3 and can absolutely recommend. Yeah, we'd love to do them. Antwerp, yes, we've been to Antwerp on Fred Olsen and really enjoyed that, didn't we? That's a great place. Yeah. Cruise Boys saying congratulations on the 13th. Thank you, guys. And John saying the World Cup's on 18th of December at 3 p.m. So we'll have to look where we are.
Gonna have to be up early for that one.
When
England.
Thanks, John, for that. Ken saying about the Christmas cruise, enjoyed all of them, probably Hamburg and Copenhagen. So you spelled it wrong, Ken. You put me off. He's got a gap there.
He's just put a gap between Cope and Hagen.
So let's have a look through, because we're over time. But if you're happy to stay, we'll continue chatting.
Somebody from Gloucester, isn't it?
Aid Harris. Hi, both from a fellow Gloucester. Have you heard where the COVID test has been dropped by some cruises? A lot of the cruises have dropped it now, or it's an option to do beforehand. Yeah. But our advice to anyone cruising is make sure you check the cruise line you're going on, because they all do vary.
Yes.
Yeah, we originally booked our Iona, wasn't it? Because Gary Barlow was on there, and Sweet Natures is saying that you have to buy a raffle ticket to have a chance to see him. Yeah. They were charging. We were charged £25, weren't we, when we originally booked? But it was all cancelled, etc.
But where Gary Barlow is going to perform, or where he's supposed to be going to perform, isn't the Limelight Club. It's the other little place that we went to. Yes,
that nice little.
And Gary. Gary designed a signature cocktail, which incidentally is not in the drinks package. Yeah, we knew that there would have to be some extra money involved. It's supposed to have been 2 years ago, because he was like an ambassador for him. But yes, I mean, we've seen take that a few times. And Gary, if you can get to see him, that would be amazing. Especially if he's going to be performing in the.
Oh, I'd love it.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
We love Take That.
Yeah, the two places. Is
710 Club.
Is it
710?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Can I know? Tell us, Ken. What it's called.
Well, Cruise Monkers are here as well.
They'll know as well.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a brilliant cruise. Such great memories. So yes, that's where we've heard the Fingal Ship. Andy and Kirsty, who are another great vlogging couple. They do some really good content. They did the Fingal Ship. Yes, that's right. So do check them out too. So, right, well, we're way over, and let's just have a look. Thanks for all the shout outs. Is there anything that we're missing that well, do you know what? There's so many questions here that we could be here for hours. But what we've decided, the Cruise Magazine is the 710 Club, is we've decided because these have gone down so well and we're really enjoying them. We're going to make them this a regular Thursday session. We're hoping to do one next week.
That's only if Tottenham isn't playing in the Champions League that night.
Yes.
Now, Carole didn't know that, so I've just thrown that in so you've all heard it. Because I don't want people putting the scores out there and spoiling it for me. So Carole said, well, you can record it.
Yes, if
and she does do that voice, you can record it.
Anyway, it's 8:05. We've had a fantastic hour. We've enjoyed our drink with you. So cheers all. And thank you. It's all gone, yeah. So thank you. Oh, I've got a little bit left. So thanks again for helping us celebrate our 13K. And we will see you all next Thursday.
Yes,
unless the football's on.
There's no Champions League next week.
Oh.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
We'll
see you all soon.
Yes. So thanks so much. And we'll, see you next week.
Oh, I always get it wrong.